listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA, The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM. And good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, as we just finished up with Life South Community Blood Centers talking with Galen. And up next, we've got Matthew Bellis on the phone with Liberty Health Share. Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're here to talk about the Liberty Health Share, national nonprofit organization of like-minded people who share each other's medical expenses on a regular monthly basis. Tell us a little bit more there, Matthew.
Well, Liberty Health Share is a group of individuals who have voluntarily gathered together to share one another's medical expenses. It's what you would normally do if ever you had a situation that was unexpected and unaffordable. It would be your friends and your family and your community that you would turn to in times of need. Mm-hmm. During those times that are unexpected and unaffordable, you would have people by your side to help you pay for those medical expenses. And that's basically what we do, where we gather together almost like a church or a community center. And we come together and say, hey, everybody, here's Mrs. Jones's broken arm and her medical bill. Everybody pitch in. Let's pay her medical bills off. And that's what we do. But we do it with a little bit more of a system, a little bit more, finesse in what we do. Mm-hmm. We have a whole system online where people are sharing in those medical costs each and every month. Right now, I believe we're up to about $30 to $35 million worth of medical expenses shared each and every month.
Right. And, you mentioned something in there when things are unforeseen or unexpected. And we were just talking a little off air about, the unexpectations of having something like this that has come through with everybody knowing of COVID-19 and the coronavirus and how things are working within the country to keep it from spreading the best it can in lieu of social distancing and all that good stuff. But I think what a lot of people are starting to figure out now, too, is some of the folks who have been diagnosed with it who come out okay. I read a couple articles this past weekend, actually, that even the circumstances of being in the hospital just for a few days from getting over a circumstance of COVID-19 is something that is really costly. And when we talk about unexpected and unforeseen, this is a program with Liberty Health Share that you guys talk about for those those unforeseen things happening, that the unexpected, if you will. Here's something, pandemic, that's unexpected. But see, with the circumstances of Liberty Health Share, you guys make it easy to know that people who are in this are taken care of as far as financially.
You're absolutely right. It was one of those things that whenever these things were happening, we saw where a lot of the administration and other people within government were going to individual third-party insurance programs, making sure things were covered, and they had to scramble to make sure what was going through, doing their actuarial tables and going through all their mess. And we just sat back realizing that if this was a medically necessary event, because we are post-assessment, post-bill, we take those medical expenses as they come and negotiate them and work with them. The whole issue of somebody getting treated and having those treatments paid for with COVID-19 or any other treatment of medical necessity, that is an eligible expense for sharing. So we didn't have to scramble. We didn't have to go through anything to change our systems. This was something that we already shared in, and we're ready for any other pandemic or any other medically necessary item for our members.
Absolutely.
So it's a system that has put the power back in the hands of individuals and a community who voluntarily comes together to share in those medical expenses. We were prepared for this COVID-19.
Absolutely, and I wanted to make sure we mentioned that in lieu of, but some people still on the idea that maybe this is some kind of insurance. It's not, is that correct?
Absolutely. It is not insurance. There are things that insurance does that we don't do. We don't spread risk. We don't try to take the risk of somebody's broken arm or somebody's illness or somebody's COVID-19 test. We don't take that risk and try to spread it out amongst as many people as possible. We are all each individually responsible for our own health care and health care bills, Yet when we have those times that are unexpected and unaffordable, that's when the community comes in to share in those expenses. Because that's the other thing we don't do is we don't pool our funds. We don't put our money into what I affectionately call a bureaucratic black hole to where hopefully we'll be able to get some of that money back. This is all each individual's giving and sharing with one another on a regular monthly basis, not in some bureaucratic fund, but individuals, person to person, member to member cost sharing. So those are the reasons why we aren't insurance. We're not spreading risk. We're all each individually responsible self-pay patients who are voluntarily sharing with each other, not out of a fund, but between one another. And so that changes the whole paradigm of healthcare, where you have more freedom, more responsibility, but you have the choice and the ability to make healthcare your own. And what we have found, especially when it comes to times like this, that freedom to be able to see the doctors that you want, to get the health care that you need, has really meant all the difference for a lot of our members.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, I know how you emphasize that bureaucratic black hole. We were talking off air too, just a little bit of how something like this pandemic in itself has become some kind of weird political thing in its own right, and what you're trying to emphasize is that how health insurance in itself too in this country has gotten to a point where it is a bureaucratic black hole, and this is the ability, like you said, to have freedom yet responsibility, but being able to have another option and the choices that we can make on ourselves. That's absolutely right. Now, here's another question for you, partner. Why and how do people sign up?
Well, the why is as varied as the stars in the sky. A lot of people often do find our prices, the way that we're able to do healthcare, very attractive. They're able to say that this is very affordable. I've had a lot of people say that they've been able to completely recover their finances because they've been able to take back their health care through Liberty Health Share. So that's one thing that we look at and say, well, that's fantastic. But whenever people are able to join us and whenever they are a part of Liberty Health Share, they find out that this is a community that really respects your individuality and really wants you to be free in health care. And the fact that they are sharing medical bills with one another, that really does change the game for them. How is very simple. You just go online to libertyhealthshare.org, libertyhealthshare.org. You can sign up right there online. Doesn't take but 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll be back in touch with you with your application between 24 to 72 hours. Very simple, very easy. It doesn't take a degree to find out what it is. Actually, we want healthcare to be simple, because if it's your healthcare and it's complicated, then something's wrong there.
Yeah, and a lot of things fall through the cracks, and the next thing you know, there's unexpected things that are there that you thought you were covering and paying for, but when it gets so convoluted and complicated, that's when you feel like somehow some other industry is pulling wool over your eyes. But see, with this, when you keep it simple, it's able to attack it and get what needs to be done with people having the choice and responsibility to do so. Excellent, my friend. Well, we're just about out of time, but it's always a pleasure talking with you, Matthew, and best of luck with everything else. And if you want to go ahead and plug where those folks can find out more information, one more time, go right ahead.
Just go to libertyhealthshare.org, libertyhealthshare.org. You can also give us a call at 855-58-LIBERTY, 855-585-4237, or again, libertyhealthshare.org.
Excellent, my friend. Well, until next time, I'd say stay safe out there, be healthy, and be wise. You as well. Thank you so much. You got it, partner. As there's Matthew Bellis from Liberty Health Share, libertyhealthshare.org for more information. At WOCA, the source here, we're going to take a short little break, and when we come back, we'll round out the top of the 9 o'clock hour. WOCA, Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.